Hello, how are you all doing? Today I thought I'll do a little walkie-talkie with you guys. Just gonna try this format out because for me walking is just like shower when it comes to getting like good ideas and getting into the state of flow. So I'll try this one. So yeah, I wanted to share with you guys that a couple of days ago, last Saturday, I participated in this acting workshop, held by this theater group, nomad theater group from Argentina. It's called El Cuarto de Meme, and they're residing in Lithuania, in Vilnius, right now, this year, and they're making these workshops, different kinds. So this one was 3-hour long workshop called Poetic Body. We were doing a lot of different, very interesting, very curious exercises, and most of the exercises were encouraging us to embody different elements of the world, different elements, right? So water and fire, and earth, in the sense of like we were playing around what it means to be a mountain, what it means to arrive as a mountain and hold the space, and then we were for instance, let me just stick it up. Where's my prop? Right, you see it. We were investigating the lighter and what it means to be a spark and trying to light it. Now, it's very easy for me to light it for some reason. Usually it isn't. So, what it means to be a spark, how does it feel, how does it look, and what it means to be the fire when it's lit, and all sorts of very, very interesting creative things, and just made me remember, because I have realized that before, that acting for me, especially theater, is just something remarkable and miraculous, and it just makes my soul sing. But because it helps me to it's moving your body, and it's using your voice, and just imagining being someone else, and in this case not even a human. So it's just amazing. So, and I kind of kept on thinking on that train of thought again, how important the elements are in my life and in general. I mean, how everything is comprised by, it depends on what kind of philosophy you're thinking about, but usually it's sort of like the four main elements that you can find, in Ayurveda and astrology and tarot cards, and and just in general the seasons of the year. So it's fire, earth, water, and air, and it sort of made me think about just the other video that I made a couple of weeks ago about overthinking, which is basically the thoughts, the ideas come from the element of the air. And my advice of how to get out of that state of overthinking was basically mostly some sort of action or movement was involved into trying to get out of that state. And it's basically the element of fire. any action and inspiration and sort of like creativity as well is considered to be of the element of fire. And or I also said that it's super important to get out and be in nature, and especially with your bare feet. So that's the element of earth for you, that's grounding, right? So yeah, and I mean, if we look at those elements from the perspective of astrology, then we can see that, yeah, if we read our birth charts, or we can see that one or another element, maybe two elements, are most prominent, in unique ways to each of us. So I personally know that I've got loads of water, but yeah, fire is also something that comes in very unexpected ways. But what I'm trying to say is that all of us have probably one or two, as I said, elements that are dominant, and even so, it's just important to balance all those four elements in our lives, in our bodies, in our diet, which Ayurveda really helps with. And I myself really learned that probably the hard way, but not necessarily the hard way, but yeah, that was just I had a very strong lesson how important it is to balance those elements in a diet. In my diet, when I was traveling through India last year, and so basically I've got a lot of fire in my body. So Pitta, dosha, if you're familiar with the doshas, these are like three main constitutions that we have in Ayurveda. So Pitta is my dominant one, and I've got lots of natural fire inside of me. And I was eating lots of spicy food because I wanted to be very, just take everything as it comes, be all authentic, and while traveling in India. And then obviously it was super hot and humid, and I had this crazy allergic reaction. It was just like too much fire, way too much fire in my body. So I needed to cool it down by eating other sorts of foods and avoiding sun. So to summarize my walkie-talkie of the day, gosh, it's so beautiful. What do you think, guys? It's a lovely, lovely evening. The sun is almost down, but yeah, still have some light. Yeah, to summarize, I'm gonna be talking about elements, I think, more than I thought. In my upcoming videos, I think it's something that I resonate with a lot. Like I said, it's just something that you can find, repeating in many different philosophies, many different cultures, many different schools of thought, and esoteric and astrological, and just basic, physically as well. But even if we don't go there like woo there, it's just I think it just makes sense, doesn't it? Especially if you have that relationship with nature, the way I do, at least. And even more especially if you come from a place, from a region where maybe you have all 4 seasons of the year, and you can definitely feel the transitions and how they make you feel, and even the parts of the day, not to mention if you're a woman, then your cycle is also connected to different elements when it comes to different weeks of your cycle. So for 4 weeks again, and obviously the moon as well. So yeah, you can look at it. I mean, you can find that pattern of 4 elements just everywhere. And this is exciting. So I think that's quite helpful if you find yourself stuck in. So okay, we have air being the thought, the mind, using your mind and only the mind, and then the other elements are lacking. So then the fire, the action, if you're always just rushing everywhere, or doing lots of sports and moving around, and without any time for stillness and things like that, or if there's a lot of water in you and you're just feeling very emotional, and yeah, basically water is connected to emotions mostly, and earth. So earth can be, too much of earth can mean that, just being stagnant, and oh no, I've got a really bad shadow on my face. Well, forgive me. Forgive me that. Yeah, so too much earth might mean being a little bit, just sluggish, not enough energy, maybe feeling too lazy, and that. Yeah. So I hope this is helpful, and just I wish for myself that I hope I'm gonna find more of these sort of workshops and do more acting in my life, which I love. And it's just it was a great reminder for me that elements are important for elements of our world, of our nature, and that we're all connected, with each other, with nature, with the seasons. Yeah, it's lovely. It all makes sense. It's like, seeing the fractals for the first time. It's like seeing, I'm going a little bit off the course of my what I intended to talk about, so let's not go there for now, and let's keep it short for once, right? So lovely to see you here, and if you like my content and would like some more of it, please do press that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for coming and watching, and ciao for now.